So think about this. Game 5, NBA playoffs. High stakes. Can one single player just ignite something so intense it basically melts down a whole team's championship hopes in one game?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about a performance that was just explosive. It completely shifted the feel of the series.
Totally. An explosion. That's the perfect word. And that's what we're diving into today. You're about to hear how one player's game can just blow up a series.
Exactly. Welcome, everyone. Today's deep dive, it takes us right into Game 5, 2025 playoffs. Denver Nuggets, Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah.
And our mission, really unpack the seismic impact of Jamal Murray's game.
Seismic is right.
We got the play-by-play transcript right here, and it lays out exactly how his brilliance just kind of redefined everything in that crucial moment.
Yeah, because this wasn't just, another win. It felt bigger, like a statement, a real shift. And it makes you ask, how does a series that felt so close suddenly feel, well, lopsided? Ever wonder how that happens? How one guy can just impose his will like that? Let's get into how Jamal Murray pulled it off.
Okay, so the game kicks off. Pretty standard stuff initially. Same starters for both sides. You could feel that Game 5 tension, that cliche about pivotal Game 5s. It was definitely in the air.
Yeah, you could feel it.
And early on, Kawhi Leonard, he looked really determined. Gets a dunk, then tries a three pretty quickly after. Looked like he wanted to set an aggressive tone for the Clippers right away.
He absolutely did, trying to lead from the front. But Denver, they answered right back. Aaron Gordon hits that nice little baseline jumper, showed they weren't backing down.
Right.
But what jumped out at me, early on anyway, was the Clippers pushing the pace. They did seem faster.
Which, I mean, they're usually such a half-court team, right? Did that feel like a deliberate strategy to you?
That's a great point. The transcript does mention that increased tempo. Maybe they thought shaking things up, playing faster, could disrupt Denver's offense. Or maybe wear down Jokic a bit.
And Russell Westbrook, he definitely leaned into it, attacking the rim, hits a corner three. You could feel his energy in that first quarter. He was even jawing a bit with the Nuggets bench, I think.
Oh, yeah. Westbrook was a total spark plug early. And Denver, even when Jokic sat for a minute, they showed they had other ways to score, those lobs they try to Watson.
Yeah.
It kind of showed their offense isn't just Jokic scoring, But defensively, they seemed to struggle with Westbrook's three. He had another one not long after that first one. What was going on there defensively?
Well, it could be a few things. Maybe the defensive scheme was prioritizing stopping Kawhi or PG, leaving Westbrook a bit more open from deep.
Maybe.
Or perhaps Westbrook, who's known more for his drives, just surprised him a bit with the outside shot early. It's interesting, though, because the Clippers scored, 28 points in the paint? A lot of paint points.
Yeah, a ton.
But they were still trailing after one, which really tells you they just couldn't get stops against Denver. Then you see Kawhi get another dunk, gets past Gordon this time.
Right.
But almost immediately, Murray answers. Hits this tough shot, gets it to go. Both stars were definitely active.
And that kind of sets the table perfectly for the main story here. Jamal Murray just taking over in that first half. 19 points, just in the first two quarters.
19 points.
And the transcript even says the Clippers knew he was coming out aggressive. Their plan was apparently make him take tough shots. Hope he misses. How does he score like that when the defense is keying on him?
Well, it's his versatility, isn't it? He wasn't just hitting threes, though the transcript mentions a key one. He was creating space, attacking everywhere, finishing through contact. Even when they did force a tough look, he was just making them. And while Murray's pouring in points, Jokic is doing his thing, facilitating 8 assists in the first half. How important is that combo? Murray scoring, Jokic passing.
Oh, it's everything, isn't it? I mean, Murray scoring like that has to open things up for Jokic's passes and Jokic's vision. Well, it creates easier looks for Murray. It's symbiotic. Okay, so second half starts. Zubac gets the first bucket for LA. But then the transcript immediately points out this energy shift. Denver just seemed way more intense coming out of the locker room. What do you think caused that?
It's always hard to say for sure from the outside, right?
Okay.
Could be halftime adjustments, maybe Coach Malone fired them up, or maybe, just maybe, Murray's first half kind of took a little wind out of the Clippers' sails.
Could be.
And a huge play reflecting that energy was Christian Braun stripping Kawhi Leonard. A steal like that gets the whole team going.
Big time play.
And then boom, right after, Jokic finds Murray again, another score. It's like they know where the other guy's going to be. telepathy sometimes.
It really looks like it. And Murray, I mean, he just kept his foot on the gas. It's 30 points, knocks down another 3. It was just a relentless offense.
It kept coming.
And even later in the third, Denver had a bit of a cold spell, missed a few shots, but then Westbrook hits another 3 for the Clippers, kind of keeping them vaguely in touch.
Right, Westbrook kept battling.
He did, but it felt like Murray's constant scoring was just wearing them down. Did you get that sense? Like the Clippers are starting to kind of sag a bit?
The transcript doesn't exactly spell out their body language, but yeah, psychologically, when one guy is just cooking like that, hitting everything, it's going to be draining.
Yeah.
We saw DeAndre Jordan get an and one. Westbrook hit that tough shot off the glass. Some individual plays there for the Clippers. But Denver's lead stayed pretty big. And Murray's confidence, I mean, it looks sky high. That's almost as damaging as the points are.
Okay, then the fourth quarter hits. And wow, things got wild for a minute there. Clippers were down 22 points.
22.
And they storm all the way back, actually take the lead briefly. It was nuts. How did they pull that off? What fueled that surge?
Probably just, sheer desperation mixed with the talent they have. Guys like Kawhi, like the transcript mentions, finding ways to score even when guarded well. They must have cranked up their defense too, forced some turnovers, gave some easy buckets, but they just couldn't sustain it.
No, they couldn't. And right when you thought, okay, maybe they can pull off this miracle comeback, Murray just slams the door. That huge dunk in transition.
Yeah, that felt like the dagger, didn't it?
It really did. And the transcript reminds us about that Game 5 history. Win Game 5 when tied 2-2, you win the series like, what, 80% of the time?
Something like that, yeah. Huge historical edge.
Knowing that, how much pressure does that add in those final minutes? You feel like your season's on the line right there.
Oh, immense pressure.
Yeah.
Every single possession feels massive.
Right.
And the transcript points out that key defensive possession for the Clippers where they looked confused. A breakdown like that late in Game 5, you just can't have it.
Can't happen. And then Denver just executes down the stretch. Gordon gets a layup. Murray hits another one of those tough shots. Gordon almost hits a 3.
Just closing it out.
And the transcript mentions Murray's reputation, right, as a killer in the first 5 games of the series. This game was Exhibit A, final score, Nuggets 131, Clippers 115. Just a dominant win fueled by Murray.
Yeah, the absolute main takeaway is just the sheer force of Jamal Murray's offense. That was the difference maker. That aggression, that scoring, plus Denver finding that extra gear in the second half. It was just too much for LA to handle that night.
It really makes you think about what it takes in the playoffs, doesn't it? That level of individual dominance. What does a game like this tell you about, like, the mental fortitude, the star power you need to actually win a title?
It really highlights that ability some guys have to just elevate, to not just play well, but to completely take over when everything's on the line. And it definitely puts the pressure back on the other team tactically.
Yeah.
How do you adjust when someone's doing that?
That's the big question, isn't it? So, for you listening, if you were coaching the Clippers after seeing that, what's the first adjustment you're making? What's priority number 1 for Game 6? Let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your ideas. And hey, if you found this deep dive into Game 5 useful, give us a like, subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Or answer that question, what do the Clippers do now?
So Denver takes the 3-2 lead. Is this the moment? Was Murray's Game 5 eruption the point where the Nuggets really staked their claim, signaling they're truly on that championship path? Or can the Clippers somehow dig deep, find an answer for Murray, and swing this thing back? That's something to chew on.